statement and build that resume. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Oregon Ducks, the House of Loud, Autzen Stadium in Eugene. As we'll see the number 17 team in the country, the Oklahoma Sooners, taking on the 6th-ranked team in the land, the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollock and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this thing started. The Ducks will put total weather to crank us up. Coming out with it, it's Tatum. He gets a block. He's on the loose. A dynamic return, explosive, and got loose on this kick coverage team, and they were barely able to keep him from taking it all the way. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. To the air, it's Mateer. Fires to the wideout. Got his man on the right. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Looking for space. It's Hughes. Forges ahead. Picks up about 3 to the 29. The Ducks moving quickly to the line. Back to pass on 2nd down. They're working that left side. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Big 3rd down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Fights his way for a couple, but stops short of the marker. It's 4th and 1. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. So here comes the Oklahoma offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. A designed run for the quarterback. Got the first down himself. Breaks into the open. Touchdown Sooner! And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him.
Man, this offense has started the season off so good. 1-0 a week ago, right? Now building on it again. Great job putting points on the board. It's still the first half, but this unit looks dialed in.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Man, this is an unbelievable start for this defender in this game, guy. That's already his 2nd PD in this game. Playing with his eyes, he's breaking on the ball. You just can't start a game any better.
On the move. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. Moore to the air. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on 3rd down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. 4th down, baby.
Looking left. Big tight end makes the grab. 1st down, still on his feet. Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 30-yard line. And the Ducks will hustle to the line.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. 4th down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Got a man. It's Benson. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the 1st down.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got there.
There he goes. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21. The Ducks are moving quickly down the field. Wants to throw on 1st down. Got it in the middle. It's low. They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the 1st down. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Fires to the right. He caught it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, and gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You get me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
On the move from inside his spot. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Sooner offense returns to the field. The early scripts have worked trying to add to this 14-7 lead. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the right. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down.
Well, he's able to make it easy after that catch, and I think his speed is something that just scares DBs to death. And you think about great Oklahoma receivers recently, guys like CeeDee Lamb, Sterling Shepard, Hollywood Brown. DBs gave them so much cushion because they were afraid they were going to get run by.
Oh, a lot of space. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Oklahoma. Great job by the back on the option.
Well, I know it's early this season, but it's obvious already. This guy is a major weapon in this offense. Had 2 touchdowns in his first game. He's now on the board right now. What a difference maker and a playmaker he's going to be this season for this offense.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Quickly trailing by 2 touchdowns, down 21-7, and really important to get something out of this drive. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. The Ducks racing to the line in the hurry-up. Rushes on him. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep him.
And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack.
Yeah, and that's back-to-back games. This guy's notched a sack. Starting to be a problem. A guy that's diagnosing passes, rushing the passer really, really well. This defense could use this guy's production consistently.
Makes the grab close to the logo. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. Almost everything has gone their way so far. Up 21-7, and they have it back. Takes the handoff. It's up. Inside the 30. Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown Sooner. Once he got some room, it was over.
Huge play. It's so nice to have guys that can create these explosive plays like this. You hand it to him, he can do the rest. Look at the speed. Look at the elusiveness. Get into the end zone. Nice run.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. SMU came away with the victory today, but not in dominant fashion. In fact, the folks in Dallas had to sweat things out for much of the second half. Could have been better, but certainly could have been worse. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still two quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Moore will throw. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the right. He'll work and weave his way all the way up to the 45 before going out of bounds. You always have to be aware of the running threat from the Oregon quarterbacks, but here getting business done through the air.
No doubt, Reese, because you're worried about his legs, the read game, all the stuff they can do. It opens up the passing attack. And I think when you've seen the Ducks teams throughout history, the ones that have enough balance to keep you off guard, keep you guessing, are the ones that are the best teams.
Wants to fire on second down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Well, the defense has been able to get after this guy early and often in this game, and it's affecting his accuracy, and it's affecting this offense's ability to throw the football consistently.
And the Ducks are at the line looking to convert on third and short. They'll try to run for it. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. The Ducks come to the line in the hurry-up. Deep shot for the end zone. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Trying to take it back. Finally brought down. The what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. About the only good thing that happened for the offense on that play, at least it wasn't a pick six. What a return.
Yeah, that didn't look good for the offense. You know all those big fellas, those O-linemen, they're not going to be able to go make the play. So as the DB getting the interception, you know if you can break that play and you can get past that level, it might be to the house. It might be to the crib. Lucky that wasn't a pick six if you're on offense.
They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. These offensive scripts on both sides have been masterpieces as they are going up and down the field in the first. Rides to back and leaves it. Turning it on. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. You know, Oklahoma's DNA is being tough. They have a whole drill about being tough named after them, the Oklahoma drill, and they won that one.
And we've seen that kind of come and go some throughout the years, but it starts.
Throws for the end zone. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
That's a throw the quarterback would like to have back. He forced that one into double coverage. That means somebody else was wide open. The quarterback really needs to be better moving forward, working through his progressions.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking to pass. It's Mateer. snagged in the middle. It's Ott. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. He's got it on the right. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. We reached the quarter break with Oklahoma on top, and they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Looking to fire. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
That's a phenomenal job getting after the quarterback and getting a hit on him to affect his accuracy, because if they didn't get the pressure, that was going to be a touchdown. He had a guy wide open in the end zone. That was a golden opportunity, but the defense comes up big.
Here comes the heat. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
And that is priority number one for defenses. Get to the quarterback, affect him, get hits on him. They do it right here, get their first sack of the game. Last game, by the way, last time out, they had 5. Let's see what this defense can continue to do.
Now on 4th down and 5, they'll try to move the chains. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Takes a hit as he fires. To the end zone, and it's picked off. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
There were a lot of people really excited about what this guy could do. Some were saying he could be an All-American, and he's proving them right. That's already his 2nd interception early in this college football season.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
And that is exactly how you draw it up. You get to the quarterback, but you get the football out. You hit him, you try to rake it out. Great job by the defense, getting the sack, getting the fumble.
He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
The Sooners with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Dropping back, it's Mateer. Catch in the middle, it's Sategna. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
Defense has to be better on the back end. They knew this offense was going to come out, and they were going to challenge them. They were going to try to push the ball vertically down the field. They've now given up 2 touchdown passes in this game. They have got to shore up their play in the back half.
And the extra point sails through, and they have a 35-7 lead. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown. Going over the top. Makes the catch down the right side. How about this senior picking up some yardage and making a nice play on that one? The Ducks headed quickly to the line. Looking downfield on 1st down. Finds his tight end. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. And the Ducks with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Just a short pass to the tight end. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, Dave?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field.
And the rush will get to him at the 25.
Man, this defense has been so impressive to watch. Look at him. Get to the quarterback, get the sack. They play so fast. It's like they have 12 men on the field. Another good performance going down right now. Coming off of last week, putting a
shot for the end zone. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
Shoots it to the left. Another incompletion on third down.
Really nice third down sub defense there that time. It's third and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback, now forcing the incompletion, setting up fourth.
1 for 2 on fourth down attempts so far, and we will get a third attempt here. Offense changing the play. On fourth down, trying to find his man. Lets it fly deep downfield. Touchdown, Ducks! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
And he finds the end zone. I'll tell you what, man, this guy's going to be a force. You look at this offense, they find different ways to get him the football, different ways to use him. 3 times now he's entered the end zone, and not even 2 full games yet. This dude's a playmaker.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Tatum. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone and not work out as he stopped at the 13. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. To the air, it's Mateer. The throw. Snares it outside, it's Burks. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. Receivers work tirelessly, tapping that toe along the sideline, and it just looks so natural for him.
Yeah, it can't just be pat and go all the time, right? Reese just jogging down the field, ball hits you right in stride. You got to be able to make awkward body catches and do it getting your feet in bounds. That was sweet.
Creates a little room. Breaks into the open. At the 20. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Sooner.
Yeah, dude, if I'm a DC, I'm throwing my clipboard. I'm throwing my hands up in the air. What do you want me to do? I mean, this is unbelievable, having a guy this dynamic at the quarterback spot that can take it 50 plus and make it look that easy. You stop it.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Colorado is ahead early in Boulder, but that's not exactly Cordell Stewart out there. This game is a long way from being over.
And no chance at a return. Here they'll start this drive at their own 25. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on. Now, I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
Throws to the wideout. Grabbed over the middle. It's Benson. They finally
This defense is being challenged, in this secondary in particular. And I know a DB made the tackle there, but we're only in the second quarter, and already this quarterback has over 200 yards passing.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. More to the air. Looking for a big gain. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down. The 3rd down's coming up.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up.
Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. The return never really got started, but boy, he has set his team up at the 28.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you. And I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent, but he's making bad decisions.
No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Looking for room. It's hot. Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. Going to try to pop one on the screen. There he goes. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. Plays like that, but just a second of hesitation in the defense to make sure, and they're able to take advantage here.
And they use the great timing with this call, right? Like, you can't call this play all the time, but you want to catch them when they're a little bit aggressive, not thinking about it. Nice job slipping the screen behind them, making the easy catch, and then getting downfield, picking up some extra yards.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front 7 tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
Look out, he's got room. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play.
I got to be honest. I know the defense respected this guy's running ability. I don't know, though, if they knew he was this good. He has been gashing them in this game with his legs, and already you're seeing the defense now make some adjustments to slow this guy down. They were able to get him to the ground. He's still got a couple yards, but this has got to continue for this defense. You know he is going to carry the ball.
Dropping back, it's Mateer. Finds his man. It's Ott. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
That earlier 4th down failure and will try for a second time in this one. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
And these are the plays you know exactly what you're going to get up front. The offensive line does a great job blocking. Just create a little bit of a hole, pound through that hole. That running back, they can't tiptoe, they can't dance. Run north-south and get that first down. Nice job.
The Sooners will have it 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. That's a really good tackle there. still making the play. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. He'll take it himself. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And the Sooners come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Looking for a man. It's Mateer. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the right. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead, and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Wants to go up top on first down. Oh, he wants it all. The pass ball's incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Sooners will boot it away to start the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Ready to go back to work on offense. What could go wrong did in the first half, and they start this 3rd quarter at the bottom of the mountain.
Man, that was bad. That was a frying pan to the head. That was a TKO. It was awful in the first half. Flush it. I got to start doing something right. I got to find some positives. I get the ball first to start this possession, try to put a scoring drive together.
The only thing you can do at this point offensively is just make sure your best players are touching the football as often as possible. You recruited these guys. You got guys out of the portal. You put your faith in them to make plays. This is a time to go out and do it.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. A couple of yards shy of the first down marker, but they've decided this is 4-down territory. The offense still on the field. Pressure coming. They get to him as he throws. On target over the middle. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41. Moore will throw. Right down the middle. Intercepted, and that's not how you want to start a half. Takes it the other way. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
And talk about being an impact player for his defense. That's now his 2nd interception in this game. Time and time again, when they've thrown his direction, he's come up with a big play. And in a tight game like this, those 2 interceptions, that is massive for this defense.
Under fire. Setting up the screen. At the 45 on its way. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
He caught it. He gets it in. Touchdown Sooners. And after that last touchdown toss, look out, Baker Mayfield record could be going down for single-game touchdown passes.
Yeah, and you think of all the great quarterbacks and the records that they put up with the Sooners, man. It's impressive. And this guy having himself a day, spreading the ball around, touchdowns palooza. What a nice day.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to...
Makes the grab down the middle. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. The Ducks want to move quickly. Moore to the air. Makes the grab. It's low. Steered out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. A big pickup, and they are threatening.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. He wants to change this route. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Hits him inside the 20, still going. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. 1st and goal from the 7. A run for the quarterback. Touchdown, Oregon! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
It's just so nice to have a single guy who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Nebraska rolled to a victory, and after putting up this kind of win, there has to be some Heisman buzz around a program that's produced winners of the award from Johnny Rodgers to Mike Rozier to Eric Crouch. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. And even after that last score, still working with a great big cushion. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Runs ahead and powers its way for 4 yards out to the 30.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Got enough for the first, and he's still going. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Now on the move. Can't get just this missing tackle.
Well, I don't know what the quarterback saw on that last play, but he made a pretty quick decision that he was just going to tuck it and run it, and his offensive coordinator is glad he did. How about the speed by the QB on that play?
The Sooners have it with a 1st and 10. To throw, it's Hawkins. Safe completion on the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though, how quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
And the Sooners have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking to fire. Makes the grab. It's Ott. No chance to run, but they still move it forward.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on 3rd down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
They've already gone for it a couple of times on 4th down, converted once. Looks as if they'll try a 3rd. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Going to take a shot at this DB. And it's incomplete, and this defense makes a 4th down stop.
Well, they're unable to come up with that one on 4th down. And I remember this as a player. You practice specific plays on 4th down for those types of situations. And you know all week against the scout team, they've gotten really clean looks, easy to execute against. They didn't get a clean look that time. So you chalk it up to the defense. Take note of it next time. You might not run that play again if you're in a similar situation.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another play, ready to make this defense work.
And I've been there, fellas. This is no fun if you're a quarterback. All game long, you've got guys in your lap. You've got guys chasing you all the way across the field. You just never feel like you can get in a rhythm because
he's ready to take a shot. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Taking it the other way. Spins away. They finally get him down, but a huge return. Not only do they get the ball back, but man, did they set up some field position.
Well, coming out of the tunnel in the 3rd quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the 3rd quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the 1st half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. So now it's 2nd and long. Quarterback keeps it. And he finds some solid space. Makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
And Artie, it's completely changed the game. Like now it's 11-on-11 football. The quarterback used to hand it off and stand there and watch the play. Now he's very much involved in the play. He's running the football so much. Even when he's not, he's making somebody go with him and cover him. So the quarterback scrambling, the quarterback running has completely changed the way people play defense.
He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. 3 yards. 1st down for the offense after that penalty. Wants to throw. It's Hawkins. That's caught. It's Ott. Knocked down at the 25-yard line. Picked up 10 there and gets a 1st down.
Well, there are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the 3rd quarter. But when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out. And that's exactly what they're doing now.
as they get set to snap it just about to reach the end of the quarter. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain. At the end of the period, Oklahoma has the lead. Well, guys, so far this has been a massive beatdown, and it would appear the biggest challenge is what kind of records can they set as we have a look at the third quarter stats. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Quarterback will keep it. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Defense getting stingier in their own end of the field. It's third and long from the 28. Looking downfield, it's Hawkins. Finds the tight end. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield. But how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Looking for the end zone. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal.
You know, I love offensive coordinators that want to stay aggressive, and they've come up with big plays all game long. It's a big reason why they have this lead right now, and they're not backing off here in the fourth quarter. They're letting their guys go play. The entire playbook is open to them, and they're taking shots.
The Sooners are moving quickly down the field. On the move. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
Another nice drive put together. And this offense through 2 weeks, man, they look legit. This team's about to be 2-0. All of their dreams in front of them. This team looks like a national championship contender.
Well, you could draw a line in the middle, and he would have hit that thing. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. We've certainly seen better performances from this group. You have to hope that they'll grow from this, but this is going to be one that they're going to kick themselves over for a while. The Ducks in the hurry-up.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
Time to take a shot. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he has had zero rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on fourth down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on fourth down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
They want to run this quarterback. Got enough for the first. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays. And the Ducks with the 1st and 10.
Well, I know the defense was expecting pass on that play because they've got...
He's going to let it go. And that makes 5 interceptions in this one. The nightmare is alive. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense.
Here we go.
They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. Gets a turnover.
You've got to have better ball security on offense. The football possession, that is priceless. Losing possession, turning the ball over, that kills you in games. That loses games. That is a bad, bad play at a bad time.
Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. He might want another play.
22,
Moore will throw. Gonna let it fly. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the 4th.
The Ducks are in the hurry-up.
I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a 1st down,
and the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35.
It's pretty obvious. This defense came into this one knowing they were going to have to play a complete game until there were zeros on the clock, especially against this quarterback. You cannot take your foot off the gas, and that's exactly what they're doing here. Late in the 4th quarter, they're still bringing it, and they get another sack.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Got it in the middle. It's Benson. He won't get there. It'll bring up 4th down.
Nice job by the defense there on 3rd and long, just sitting back and keeping everything in front of them. They give up an easy completion, but because they were able to rally and make the tackle, now they set up 4th.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll take a shot. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. He's brought down. A short return, but the defense comes out on top with a pick.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. Ball security always paramount. That football must be riveted to your rib cage, Jesse, and it wasn't last time.
And look, he knows that that happens again. He's going to find himself on the sideline. So this is going to be a dude very motivated to make some plays on this drive.
Yeah, and I think it's frustrating, but you got to put it behind you. You got to move on. And this offense has to go through him anyways. You got to be able to run the football and have some balance.
And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
After the 2nd down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. Quarterback keeper. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. On 4th and 11, they decide to go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Fires left. Hauls it in easily enough for the first down. And that's where they'll mark him, but a very productive play, and they'll move the chains. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. The Sooners come to the line with a new set of downs. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. But, you know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
The give as they work on that clock. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
This is an area of the game on offense you've got to be able to run the football well. You've got to lead in the 4th quarter, and obviously you're in your own end here, but you want to bleed the clock. You want to stay on the field and keep getting first downs. You have to be able to run it.
And the Sooners come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. Just going to keep it after the snap. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. The Sooners pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Off the play fake on 1st down. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
Listen, I love when my quarterback gets outside the pocket. I got an opportunity to make a huge play. But when it's not there, now I want him to make the simple play. Throw it away. Don't take the sack. Don't take the loss of yards plays.
Soft spot in the middle. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40.
The biggest rule change for me, if I could make one in all of college football, would be illegal man downfield. And when they run these RPO plays and those linemen start to creep further and further down the field, I would love for the refs to call those more often. It's a cheating play, basically, running these RPOs. So hard to stop. Nice execution by the offense, but probably cheating too.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
And this is exactly where you want to be as an offensive coordinator. Like when you've got the lead late in the football game, just run the football, eat the clock. Man, they put a good day together. They had their way with this defense.
Oh, he's got some space. And he takes it all the way down to the 10-yard line. An explosive play for this offense. It is rare to have this kind of speed at the quarterback position. And the tough thing for a defense is even if you're right, he can make you wrong.
Same thing for an offensive coordinator, just the opposite. You might dial up the wrong play, but because of his speed, natural athletic ability, he can bail you out and go find positive yards.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. The corners are walked up tight.